ini.
So sigap.
Ya sigap sekali.
Okay, I think guys, can you see my screen right now?
Yes, Kak Ilan, we can see your screen. Thank you.
Okay, so I am right now. Okay, I think it's a little bit weird for me because and back of me there is our past past president. Yes, immediate past president. It is Toastmaster Medi, and right now I want to open this meeting by explain to you about our club. So what is Ministry of Finance Toastmasters Club? Because I think there are people in here that just for once come to our meeting. That's why we want to tell you about our club. So at first, what is Toastmasters Club? So Toastmasters Club is actually under Toastmasters International. So Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that teach us about public speaking and leadership skills. So we know that Toastmasters International is really wide. You can see there are many countries in here, there are many members in here, and of course there are many clubs that is not only in Indonesia, but of course in another country. And next, what makes Toastmasters different than the other club like in this club and another club that you can see outside? Because Toastmasters International have pathways. So pathways is like a curriculum that we can take, and there are many curriculums in here like presentation mastery, dynamic leadership, and many you can see in the screen. Like I am right now, I'm taking a pathways about leadership development. And every one of you can have a different pathways. So in each of pathways, we can have a curriculum and project that we can have to complete to get the next level. And next, so Ministry of Finance Toastmasters Club is one of many clubs that Toastmasters have. So actually, it was first initially by Badan Kebijakan Fiskal. So it's one of many unit echelon 1 in our ministry. And it's chartered in early April 2017. And until now, we're already got this Ministry of Finance Toastmasters Club. So in here, we believe that it's not only about the community, but we're here as a family that can have a meeting that is fun and have the people that want to grow. And next, so here it is. So this is my first time as a president that talk about our club, and this is the new executive committees commencing July 1st for the next 1 year. You can see the people in here, and the next, this is the members that we have. And what is the benefit for you join our club? There are so many that I experience benefit in here. We can improve public speaking skills, of course, like I said before in the first, this club improve public speaking and with leadership skills. But rather than that, we can also practice writing speeches by our pathways curriculum, and we can also have competitive advantage in the workplace. We can have boost our self-confidence through our public speaking. And of course, we can have mini networking because we also have a collaboration and relation with other clubs that is not only by Ministry of Finance people. So in here, if you're not Ministry of Finance people, you can also join our club. So this is our sessions. We actually have 3 sessions. It's prepare speech that delivered by the members to finish their pathways. And then second is table topic session. In here, everyone, guest members can participate. And the last is evaluation session, where we can have feedback and from evaluators about the session and about each speeches. And in here, you can see the guidelines in our story, highlight story of our Instagram. And this is the roles of our meeting today. Actually, there are Toastmaster of the meeting, so we usually call it as an MC. And then table topic masters that can guide us to table topic session. And then the general evaluators that can conduct the evaluation session. And then we can have another evaluator such as timer, grammarian, counter, and the one that counts as the best of the speakers is ballot counter. So this is our regular meeting. It's every Friday. And right now we have a hybrid meeting from Zoom and also from Gedung Juanda 1, if you can see in our maps. And it's every Friday at 5 p.m. Jakarta time. And you can come to our meeting by reservation, or maybe if you want to interest to talk about the member of our club, you can reach out of the people that are already in the screen. So last but not least, please follow our Instagram Toastmasters Club for any further information, and don't hesitate to ask about our club. So I think that's the end of the presentation of our club, and for this time, I call this meeting to open. And I will let our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Aan, to conduct the meeting. Thank you.
Much, Kak Iren. Hello, everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible, Aan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sumatera Akara. So, good evening. Greetings from Bima. My name is Greta Yun, and you can call me Aan. And today I will be your Tom, or Toastmaster of the meeting, or it is like the MC of every Toastmasters regular meeting. Today, our theme of the day is echoes of the past. Thank you very much to our beloved Vice President of Education, or Toastmaster Akara, for this very interesting theme. And our agenda will be divided into two. The first is the table topic session, and the second one is the evaluation session. So we are going to discuss more about our theme of the day in the table topic session. So please participate in that very interesting session, guys. First of all, before we go to the next session, we are going to have the introduction of the role takers of the day that will be led by our beloved GE, who is Toastmasters Midi. Right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, Toastmasters Dita.
No, general evaluator is me.
This feels like a
Will be
game
the
of
GE
Russian
today. I'm
roulette.
sorry, guys. I'm still outside, so I couldn't open the WhatsApp.
It's Iren. Iren is the
Yeah,
G.
it's
Pardon me?
Toastmaster Iren. Toastmaster Iren is
Toastmaster
the
Iran,
GE.
ya? Oh my God, our beloved,
Thank you.
yes, our beloved president. So, Toastmaster Iran, are you ready to introduce your team?
yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so Toastmaster Iran, you may have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Aan. So guys, back again with me, Toastmaster Irene, and right now I'm here not as president, but I'm here as a general evaluator. So general evaluator actually evaluate the general of these meetings from beginning to the end, but in here I'm not alone, I'm with many evaluators, and I want to introduce them one by one. And for the first is for the timer. Kadita, are you there? And maybe you can't have your voice right now.
Yeah, I'm here. I just got home. And hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm so sorry. I cannot turn on my camera right now because I'm still transferring my device. But my name is Dita, and I am going to be your timer for today. So, what's interesting in every Toastmasters meeting is that we are trying to time the speech from all people because we want to try to practice on giving some kind of concise speech. So that's why I'm going to time every speech that you will give. And if I'm not mistaken, we will only have the table topic session today, right? So for later on in table topic session, you will have your chance to give an impromptu speech for 1 until 2 minutes. And I will give you the sign for the time. So if you have reached 1 minute, you will see green light. And then if you have reached 1.5 minutes, you will see yellow light. And if you have reached 2 minutes, you will see red light. So after that red light, you will still have 3 more seconds to wrap up your speech. So the maximum time for you to give your speech is 2.5 minutes. If you pass that 2.5 minutes, you won't be eligible to be voted as the best speaker for today. So make sure that your speech is more than 1 minute, but it's less than 2.5 minutes if you want to be chosen as the best speaker for today. So I think in the end of the session, in the evaluation session, I will deliver my observation, my report of the time observation to all of you. And I think that's all from me. Irene, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Dita. So guys, please watch our Toastmasters Dita screen if you want to know what's your time exactly when you give your speech. And then next we have our evaluator is our grammarian, and actually it's our division director. So please welcome our division director as our grammarian today is Toastmaster Alvin.
Thank you, Madam President, Toastmaster Irene. My name is Alvin. I will act as your grammarian for today. So what will be my responsibility? I will divide my session, my report letter as 3. The first, I will observe the pronunciation, because to become a better speaker, to become professional, to be speaking in a district forum or international forum seminar, you need to sound better, right? You don't want to sound like Indonesian dialect or etc. So we cannot go directly to become a native speaker, but we can improve better and better. So that will be my responsibility, to observe you, and no worry to make mistake, because I will observe it and you just try and learn. And that is the first. The second is I will observe the use of the grammar. Maybe when you talk, you don't aware of your speech, you just talk, let it flow. That's okay, because with Toastmaster, we just trying and learn from mistake. You know what? Sometimes I tend to make mistake, sengaja make mistake, because I want to see if I make mistake, what will happen. If is word gonna end if I made mistake in grammar. If when I supposed to say in past tense, then I said present tense, word will end, right? So no worries to make mistake, just do it. Just take your chance, speak in table topic, and I will observe and give you my recommendations. And last but not least, I will not quote of the day, beautiful phrases, and it will enlighten your day. And my responsibility is also to introduce and explain word of the day, flashback. Please unmute yourself and repeat after me. Flashback.
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 Thank you so much for your participation. So what is flashback? Flash in the back? Flash in the back, like when you remember your ex, something in the past, flashback. Oh, my ex, the moment that just passed. Yeah, so we need to make it as a lesson learned and to have a better partner, maybe. No. So flashback is something when you experience a sudden vivid memory of an event in the past. For example, you flash back to when he said forever and always. So that will be my job as grammarian. We'll give the contract to our Madam President, our GE, Toastmaster event. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvin, for your explanation about your role as grammarian. And right now, we want to move to another evaluators, and it is the person that I think that sit next to me, and it is our Toastmaster lady. Yay!
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hi everyone. I think my voice is pretty loud, so you don't have to move the microphone actually. But thank you so much for the effort Hi everyone, so it's me, Professor Medi, serving as the counter of the day. So my role would be pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to count your What is So basically or crutches are the words that you make or sound that you make when you are buying your time to think. For example, like well, or any repetitive words that you may use in order to buy you some time. I'm going to count for you so that you may be aware of how many times you are pausing in your speeches. And I hope this would encourage you to start diminishing the sound in your speech so you may sound more fluent. At the end of the meeting, I'm going to report how many times of you specifically on saying those crutches, but don't be afraid. Those numbers are just a mere numbers. Okay, don't think that those numbers will judge you like, oh, I have so many crutches. So just so you know, I made 15 crutches in my first speech. So it's all well. Okay, don't sweat it. And as an intermezzo, actually, I want to continue Toastmaster Alvin joke previously. Don't forget to incorporate your the word of the day flashback into your speech, and don't forget that the verb is flash. So when you want to say it in ongoing term, apa sih bahasa verbnya, grammarnya? Continuous ya, continuous present continuous. For example, you have to say it flashing back, okay? Because my old self, I say it flashbacking. So don't make the same mistake like me. Be confident in your words, and back to you, Madam President.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Medi, for your explanation as counter. And right now we want to move to another evaluator. It is our ballot counter. I think it is Toastmaster Yanta. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so let me introduce our ballot counter, Toastmaster Yanta. The screen is yours.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Iren. In this meeting, I will take the role as ballot counter. As a ballot counter, I will collect and count the ballots when the audience votes for best speaker, best table topic speaker, and best evaluator. But in this case, in our meeting this evening, we only have table topic speaker. And then I will report which person in each category. As I give this warning in the beginning, I will not cast a ballot I will not cast a ballot myself, except in the case of a tie, in which case I will cast a vote to break the tie. But still, I will not announce a tie vote. Okay, I will create a link later, and then you can place your vote through that link. And at the end of the meeting, I will announce and award the winners of the vote. I think that's all about my role this evening. I'll give back the screen to you, Toastmaster Iren. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Yanta, for explanation about your role as ballot counters. So guys, don't forget to cast your vote to our Toastmaster Yanta. And there are our voters for today that already introduced themselves. And right now, I want to give back again to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Alan.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster Iren, for the introduction, and thank you very much to all of the role takers of the day. So our role takers will help you to strive for fun and also growth together in this meeting today. So ladies and gentlemen, moving forward to our next agenda, which is table topic session. This is one of the most awaiting sessions in every Toastmasters meeting. So make sure you participate in the table topic session that will be led by our beloved CDM as well as our VPE or Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Akara. Hello, Toastmaster Akara.
Hello, Toastmaster Aan. Thank you very much for introducing me. Hello, everyone. I am Toastmaster Akara, or if that's hard to say, you can just call me Raki. And I will be your table topics master for today. So since I'm also the VPE of our club, this is actually a theme that I made. So I'm very passionate about it. It is actually my hobby to just start randomly thinking about my past. If you also have the same hobby, please just type 1 in the chat box. So who here, before they sleep, likes to remember about all the embarrassing things that they've done in their whole lives? As for me, whenever I go back to sleep, I just remember that one time in kindergarten that I sharded my pants in a public library, and it just made me so embarrassed. Like, even looking back 20 years into the future, I still feel embarrassed about it. So it's something I'd like to do. Flashing back, as Kamedi has said, is something that I've always done, like randomly. I could be in class and then I start flashing back to like when I was in junior high school and when I was in high school. And it's something that I actually enjoy doing. So today I have 10 questions or 10 prompts for you who wish to participate in this table topic session, which I think are very interesting questions, actually. And without further ado, if any of you would like to volunteer, please just raise your hand, or you can just start unmuting yourself so we can start with this table topic session.
I want to try.
Okay, thank you very much. Toastmaster Fustine, are you a visiting Toastmaster, by the way?
Yeah, I'm from British Toastmaster Club.
British Toastmasters, thank you very much. Is it, do I call you Fustine? Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Thank you very much for participating in our table topic session. So, Toastmaster Fustine, are you ready for the first question?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. My first question to you is, what are some significant moments or experiences that have shaped who you are today? I will repeat the question once more. What are some significant moments or experiences that have shaped who you are today?
Significant moments that shaped me to who I am today. It's very hard to say because there are a lot of moments that actually made me change to who I am now. But I think if I have to say one thing about the moment that actually changed me, I think it's the time when I was looking for an internship. You know, I took like around 6 months to actually find a good internship because the internship is a mandatory event for my university. So if I didn't get any internship, oh, I will not graduate. And it is a very challenging moment. And at that time, I decided, okay, something has to change. I'm sending out CVs, email cover letters. Nothing works. It really makes me very nervous and anxious. I only have 6 months to find an internship before I might not graduate. Therefore, I try to look for another way. And from that challenge, I find that, oh, I think I have to start a new way, which is cold calling. So I try to cold call my friends, my family who have an opportunity for me to join them as an intern. I call everyone until someone actually replied and told me they have an opportunity for me. At the time, I was so happy, I'm very elated. Finally, I can get an internship. And now I'm flashing back to the past of who I am, who I was. I was not someone who would do cold calling. And now I believe that cold calling is something very important, something that actually changed me into who I am now. And now we are in my company myself, we are trying to form a new ways to make people like me to try cold calling and get a job that are fit for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I think something that changed you is not always a very big moments in life, but it could also be small moments in life. Thank you. Back to you, table topic master.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Fustine. I was actually very excited. The way you delivered your speech just keeps us engaged. When I heard that you finally got your internship, I could imagine the relief that you must have felt back then. And I do agree with you with your last quote that you delivered to us, is that it doesn't require huge moments in our lives to change who we are, right? Like all the small moments that add up until you are the person you are now, those are actually the significant ones that can make you who you are right now. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Fustine. It was a marvelous speech. I enjoyed every little bit of it. And hopefully you could join us again next week and glorify us with your amazing speech. Thank you very much. All right, we have been opened by soon-to-be Toastmaster Fustine as our first speaker. Is there anybody else who would like to try? Maybe the soon-to-be Toastmasters? To all the first-timers, is there anybody who would like to try next? Anyone? What about if nobody's going to raise their hand? Oh, okay, we have Kak Meidi raising her hand, our immediate past president. So we have to be serious, you guys.
No,
Okay, I'm kidding.
I'm serious person.
Okay, Kak Meidi, thank you very much for volunteering to take my next question. So are you ready to be
Yes.
taking one of my questions? Okay, so Kak Meidi, my question to you is, how has your perspective on life and its priorities changed as you look back on your journey? How has your perspective on life and its priorities changed as you look back on your journey?
Okay, what a very complicated, and I think it's pretty inexplicable for me. I don't really get the whole idea, but I think I want to focus on one thing, how I perceive my life and its priorities changes along my way. So flashing back, I used to prioritize others before me. For example, my parents, because they are my utmost purpose, my utmost target to make them happy. But as time goes by, I realize it's hard to make them happy because I keep, you know, I'm saying, I'm sorry. I keep valuing their happiness by my success materially. For example, like getting a decent job, I get a promotion, I get a scholarship, I get into some good universities, etc., etc., etc. Until one day, I haven't attained this one dream of my parents that really materialistic, to get married. I think as long as I'm still single, I'm not making them happy. And it keeps burdening me for years because my friends are already getting married and I am the one left. But one day they told me that actually I am their priorities. So we prioritize each other. So I think it's very bizarre that I keep prioritizing others that prioritize me. So it's like, an endless cycle. I keep prioritizing them and they prioritize me. So who should be happy first, me or them? And the answer is we have to be happy together. Since then, I shift my priority. I prioritize myself. It may sound selfish, but now I understand that my happiness is my parents' happiness. If I want to make my parents happy, I have to make myself happy first. Because those materialistic things that I keep using to make them happy doesn't make them happy because their priorities is me. I think that's how life changed my priority. And what about you? How life changed your priorities? Back to you, Toastmaster. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Kak Meidi. That was such a heartwarming story from Kak Meidi's family. It's just amazing how Kak Meidi prioritizes her parents while her parents also prioritizes her. So it's very heartwarming, Kak. I think you really do have like a warm family that you grew up in. And yeah, about the marriage stuff, I think we can all relate to that. For all of us unmarried ones, my parents are starting to ask questions, but I try to, Mom, not now, please. If you know what I mean. Thank you very much, Kak Mady, for telling us that heartwarming story. And we are ready for the next speaker. Since we already have 2 Toastmasters speaking, I would really love to hear from our soon-to-be Toastmasters. So does anybody want to try?
Raki, can I have a turn?
Of course, soon-to-be Toastmaster Anton. You may go next. Are you ready for the
Okay.
question?
I'm ready.
All right. My third question for the day is, what valuable life lessons have you learned from past successes and failures? What valuable life lessons have you learned from past successes and failures? Is the question clear?
Clear enough on me.
All right, thank you very much. You may go.
Okay, Mr. Raki, that is very interesting question because that question is almost the same with one of the questions in LPDP registration questions. So I already have that answer in my mind. So in 2020, I have this very life-changing event that impact my family and also myself. In 2020, if you still remember the great flood that melanda, I don't know what that word in English, Jakarta in 2020, my house got flooded by that flood, so around 1.5 F1 meters. So a lot of my stuff get drowned in the flood, and a lot of my documents, important documents, and also electronic devices all flooded and get broken. So what I learned about when I'm experiencing that calamity is that I have to be strong enough to lead my family, because once I get distracted, when I get unfocused, my family who relies on me to continue their life will also stumble. So at one point I realized that I have to be as hard as a rock in the beach, you know, like you cannot be bothered by anything, even though you yourself is stumbled inside, but outside you have to give the impressions that you are the best of the best in that family members. So I think that's one of the few lessons I learned from my, I don't know if it's called mistakes, but it's actually sometimes I menyalahkan myself, but I don't know it's really my fault. But I try to learn from the past mistakes. I think that's Mr. Raki. Thank you.
Thank you very much, soon-to-be Toastmaster Anton. So I think what we can all learn from soon-to-be Toastmaster Anton's speech or story is that it's a huge responsibility to be a kepala keluarga, right? Sometimes
Yes,
you look at your children.
Don't rush yourself to marry. That's my
Yeah, and you look and you look at your family and you just want to give them the best. As the kepala keluarga or as the parent, you just want to give them the best that you can. And sometimes when you come short, you start blaming yourself. But actually, everybody makes mistakes. I'm pretty sure all parents out there have made mistakes at some point, and really, you shouldn't beat yourself up. It's good to look back on it and to improve yourself on it, but you shouldn't beat yourself up too much. And you guys, you should really appreciate your parents right now and the huge responsibility that they bear for you. And thank you very much to Toastmaster Anton for the heartwarming speech and story. And we're ready to move on to our next speaker. We already have our guest, soon-to-be Toastmaster Anton, speaking. So does anybody else want to try? We can see soon-to-be Toastmaster 50 Trafika Sukma.
Yeah, that's me.
Would you like to try?
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I actually saw you on our last meeting, so thank you very much for coming back and trying out in our table topic session. So soon to be Toastmaster Sukma.
Yeah, most welcome. right,
Here's
thank
my
you.
question for you. Are there any
Mhm.
decisions you made in the past that you regret? And what did you learn from those experiences? Are there any decisions you made in the past that you regret? And what did you learn from those experiences? So to be Toastmaster 50, the time is yours.
Well, thank you so much for giving me a time to exploring my idea about that one. Well, when we're going to tell about something that I regret is rushing. Until right now, I'm still facing that kinds of a rushing activity. That is one of the activity that I regretted a lot. Regarding in my past experience, well, after I have graduated from my university, I got offering to live in Jakarta. In Jakarta, I stayed for a month. And yeah, in Jakarta, I learned in pesantren, and I learned about Al-Quran and any other else like this one. However, there was an experience, there was a really horrifying experience that I have faced in my hometown, which is in Lampung, and it need me to come back as soon as possible. And it was like, actually, I don't need to come back as soon as possible, actually, but I think I have to come back as soon as possible. And when I talked to mom, and my mom like, why did you come back? You just stay at Jakarta, and please, you have to learn Al-Quran there until the time is finished. But I don't hear my mother. I was like, I think that I have to come back. And at that time, until right now, I didn't come back to Jakarta, and I didn't continue learning Al-Quran in Jakarta. And that was my biggest regret, actually, because of rushing. Yeah, I'm such a rushing person, that one. Thank you. I think that it's right. Yeah, that was something that I regretted a lot in my life is rushing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster 50, for sharing the story of your regrets. And speaking of regrets, I think it's safe to say that every human in the world have regrets, because when it comes to choices between A and B, you choose B and then you regret not choosing A. And then if you choose A, you regret not choosing B. It always happens to me as an indecisive person. Whenever I choose something else, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Totally.
And whenever I try to, whenever I try to convert to the other side, the side that I was in the first place was not so bad after all. So
actually,
yeah, you just have to go with the flow with things and try out everything, every choice that you have, I guess.
Right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster 50. Okay, we had two soon-to-be Toastmasters speaking for the last two questions. I see Toastmaster Sandia. Hello, Toastmaster Sandia. It's very great to have you this evening. Would you like to take my next question?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you, soon-to-be Toastmaster Sandia. My fifth question for the day is, how have your relationships with family and friends evolved over time? And what role have they played in your life story? How have your relationships with family and friends evolved over time? And what role have they played in your life story? So to be Toastmaster Sandia, the screen is yours.
Okay, so that's a good question. Relationships between family and friends keep changing. It all depends on the situation. Everything keeps changing, right? That's inevitable. So looking at the flashback before my wedding, everybody's talking about wedding today and marriage. My friends were a priority. I would listen to them. I would go out with them. I never cared about my parents. I mean, not cared. I hardly used to go out with them. After wedding, things started falling in place. I knew what was family like. I understood the importance of family. Also, after my the birth of my first son, my parents played a very vital role in bringing him up, especially while taking care during my pregnancy. So I understood their value more. Also, friends were there on and off, giving me tips and advices on parenting. But I realized the importance of my parents after the delivery of my first son. So that's the relationship between, in short speaking, that's the relationship between me and my family and friends over time. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandia. And thank you for telling the story of your wedding. I could just imagine. So I used to watch Indian weddings on YouTube. And I just love how luxurious Indian weddings are. So I could just imagine how fun your wedding must have been. And yeah, it's good to hear that after your wedding, things started falling in place. And it really struck me that when you said that when you gave birth to your first child and then you started to feel what it feels like to be a parent and you started to relate so much to your parents, I think it's all something that we've done in our lives. So I don't have any kids, not yet. So when I was little, before I worked, I asked my parents for money all the time. But then when I started working, I realized how hard it is to look for money. And I started, oh my God, mom and dad, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I've leached all of your money off of you. Now I know what it's like to look for money, and I hope I can give back to you, even when I know that whatever I give back to them will never be enough to repay them back for what they've done for me. And thank you very much thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandia, for sharing your story with us. All right, after listening to the amazing speeches, does anybody else want to try? I still have 5 more questions that we need answers to.
Can I try? Can I have the next question?
For sure, soon to be Toastmaster Ayutika. Thank you for volunteering. And are you ready for the question?
Yeah, I am.
All right, my question for you is, what accomplishments are you most proud of, and how have they contributed to your personal growth? What accomplishments are you most proud of, and how have they contributed to your personal growth? Soon to be Toastmaster Ayutika, this time and screen is yours.
Okay. Yeah. So what I consider to be my most my biggest accomplishment is that recently I got the LPDP scholarship, and I got it after trying twice. And what makes that accomplishment really big for me is that I actually learned a lot about failure and rejection. I have it easy when I grew up because I always find studying and going to school fun, because I am good at answering questions and give attention to teachers. So things comes kind of easy for me. So when I got my first rejection at LPDP scholarship, it hits me hard, because without the rejection itself, I am hard on myself. I always feel like I am not good enough compared to everyone in my surroundings. And after that rejection, I taught myself that it is good to know that you are not that knowledgeable to be accepted to LPDB scholarship, and that is a room for improvements. And yeah, I do my research, I did my homework, I improve myself, I improve my speaking, my interview preparation, and so yeah, I got the scholarship at probably September, and I'm now looking for a university, and that's my story about my biggest accomplishment so far. Thank you.
Thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster Ayutika. Wow, we have a lot of LPDP awardees in our ranks today. And
Yeah.
I would like to congratulate you for getting the LPDP scholarship. I hope that
Thank you.
find a university that is the best for you soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sometimes hard to deal with failure when ever since you are young, you have always been the person that is best in class, you know?
Yeah.
Because I totally relate to what you say. Because for me, I set my standards up very high. For example, in university, if I don't get a 4.0 GPA, I swear I'm gonna burn my whole house, you know?
Yeah.
But
Overachieving child.
yeah, when I don't get the 4.0 GPA, it feels like it's the end for me. It's the end for me. And yeah, I felt like the stupidest person in the world. But actually, I'm not. So sometimes when you set your standards really high, you beat yourself up too much. And it's good to know that whenever you experience failure, it teaches you that it's okay. It's okay to fail. Nobody succeeds all the time. Not even Alpha Edison, or not even the president succeeds all the time. So yeah, it's a good lesson to learn how to deal with failure. Thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster Ayutika.
Thank you.
All right. I still have 4 questions left, and we still have a lot of time for table topics. So does anybody else want to volunteer to try? Somebody raised their hand just now. Okay. Oh, we've got 2 people raising their hands. Okay, soon to be Toastmaster Julia, you can go first. And for VTM Arya, you can go next, okay? So soon to be Toastmaster Julia, hello, are you there?
Hello. Is it okay
Hello, soon
to
to be Toastmaster
turn
Julia.
on the camera?
Yeah, it's totally okay. If you can't turn on your camera, it's totally okay. We'll still be able to listen to your speech clearly.
All right.
Okay, soon to be Toastmaster Julia, are you ready for my question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, question number 7, lucky number 7. It's my favorite number. So here's my question for you. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be and why? If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be and why? So to be Toastmaster Julia, the time and screen is yours.
Well, okay. So speaking of advice, what advice would I give to my younger self is the first one would be to keep trying and don't mind what other people would say, because my younger self used to overthink a lot, and that's not that bad. My younger self also tend to like consider the every negative side of everything. Like I also concerned about what other people would say or would think of me most. So I think that really caused me to not develop or grow as much as I expected. And I just realized that if I can do better to not mind what other people would think, I think I could do better. That's the first. And the second one is, I think, to be braver, and just try everything, every opportunity, again, to to not overthink and just keep trying, because I also learned a lot that win, you cannot have your win in your first try. It is less likely, because also my younger self tend to what is it, patah semangat whenever I encounter only single fail when I not try enough. So I think that's it. The two pieces of advice that I would give my younger self, uh, to not overthink what other people would think, because that's just in your head, and the other one is to keep trying. I think that's it from me. Thank you, Paraki.
Thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster Julia. And yeah, the two pieces of advice that you're trying to give yourself are keep trying and not care what other people say, and two, be braver to try all the opportunities that come in your path. And we actually have a comment from soon to be Toastmaster Ayutika in the chat box. I still worry so much about what other people would think sometimes. And I guess me too, that a lot of us do actually, because we tend to overestimate what people think of us. So whenever we do some mistake, we tend to think, oh my God, now they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me because I said the wrong word during my speech today. When all they want to, sometimes, not all people are good, but most of us are, when all they want to do is, oh yeah, people make mistakes. Yeah, we'll just use it to evaluate ourselves in the future, to improve on ourselves. And sometimes people just don't care. So whenever you think you're making any kind of mistake and you think that people are looking at you, you think you're in the spotlight, it's good to it's a good way to take a step back and just remind yourself that I don't care about all of you, and you shouldn't care that much about me. Let me do what I do best. And about being braver to try opportunities, of course, because a lot of us with missed opportunities, we tend to regret it. And for the future, if you have an opportunity coming your way, it's just best to take a leap of faith and take that opportunity. Since it's already 6, maybe I only have 3 questions left though. Maybe we can finish it all up today. So why don't we just move on to our next speaker, which is visiting Toastmaster Arya. Hello, visiting Toastmaster Arya.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Thank you. From which Toastmasters club are you from?
I'm from Mets.
Oh, Meds. Meds, yeah. We're from the same division, right? Not really?
I don't really know. I just joined.
Thank you very much for joining us anyway. So
Okay.
visiting Toastmaster Arya, are you ready for the question?
Yes, I am.
All right. My question for you is, how has your attitude towards challenges and obstacles transformed as you reflect on your life's hurdles? How has your attitude towards challenges and obstacles transformed as you reflect on your life's hurdles? Is the question clear?
Oh, okay, it's pretty clear. So if you want, can I start now?
Okay. Yeah, the time and screen
Okay,
is yours.
so if you guys trying to know my story, if it's flashback, something, it's just like I used to running away from my problems. That's my main solution from it. Not running away in touch. It's just I'm trying to taking a shortcut. But really, right now, like it's taking a toll on me. It's not how the way we're going to perceive our life from now on. It's just not how we're going to have this life interpreted for us. But really, like it's not how the way to go. You need to face your problem. When you face your problem, it's just going to get you more self-esteem, self-confidence, and everything like that, but I used to like not facing them, you feel me, like not facing the problem that I got in front of me. Like I used to swim away and then just trying to run away as fast as I could, but really it's just making me less confident, making me less version of myself, and trying to, yeah, I have low self-esteem back then, but I'm trying to engage myself. Like I used to learn a lot of stuff from motivation, like David Goggins or something, just trying to perceive like you need to face your fear, even though that you're not overcoming them, in that way, you need to face it first. You feel me? Like in a way that you want to overcoming it is a different, yeah, it's a different like steps, you know, like the first thing first, you need to try to facing them. You feel me? When you're already facing them, when you're already like face to face with your own demons, with your own problems, so that's where your inner, I don't know, yourself is just going to be tested. So that's why, like, don't run away from your problems. Like, that's how I did back then. I think back to you. Was
Thank you very much visiting Toastmaster Arya. It's a piece of advice that we all could learn from you guys, not to run away from your problems, because I do that. I have my exams coming next week, and what I do is play Switch all the time because I don't want to accept that I'm having exams next week. I don't want to study for it, even though it's something I must do. And I'm running away from my problems, basically. And thank you very much visiting Toastmaster Arya for that. I'm going to start studying right now immediately after this. And I'm not going to run away from my problems anymore. Thank you. We have 2 more questions, you guys, and I would really love for us to finish up our questions today. So does anybody else want to volunteer? Soon to be Toastmaster Putu Bagus and our grammarian Toastmaster Alvin to close up our table topic session today. Perfect. And we'll start with soon to be Toastmaster Putu Bagus. Hello? Soon to be
Hello,
Toastmaster Putu.
thank you. Is it audible? Yeah.
Yes, you're audible. Are you ready for my question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, my question for you is, what are some moments that made you realize the true meaning of happiness and failure? What are some moments that made you realize the true meaning of happiness and failure? Thank you very much. The time and screen is yours.
The first time I really think a lot about happiness is the time I got my first paycheck. Actually, it's my first holiday back to my hometown, and I used that money to pay for some skincare for my mom. And I know it's not really a lot, but the moment I give the money to her, even though it's not a lot, she seems like really happy. And it's like it's been a long time I didn't see her that happy, and it's like having a flashback when she told me about how cute I was back when I was just still a little baby and not too talkative and talk again her. So it's really you know, it's, I know it's like it's happiness to see your parent happy. To be honest, I don't see my father that happy until now because he just like me. He's like not too emotional, and but yeah, but I hope one day I can make him happy. And about failure, it's actually not. It just happened a few weeks ago. I was contested in a PERSIAP reform in Directorate General of Taxation, and I thought that with all the preparation that I took to get to win the competition, I will able to beat other tax office, but I was just wrong. To be honest, I was beaten because I was over prepared and I forgot to remember the little and small question from the list of the question that prepared by the Director General of Taxation, and I feel that a real failure the face from my boss that I have failed you. So I think that's it. That's when I know happiness and failure. Thanks.
Thank you very much, soon to be Toastmaster Putu Bagus. So it's very heartwarming when you tell us the story about your first paycheck and how you bought skincare for your mother. Maybe if we could all look back on our first paychecks and what we've done with it. For me, I also gave some of it to my parents, and they were pretty hyped up about it. That was such a good moment for me. Okay, so we'll have the last question for today for our table topic session. So Toastmaster Alfin, thank you very much for volunteering. Are you ready for my question?
Yes,
All right,
ready.
Toastmaster Alfin. The last but not least, how do you envision your future self looking back on this moment in your life right now? How do you envision your future self looking back on this moment in your life right now? Toastmaster Alfin, the time and screen is yours.
Wow, such a big question. How I envision my future life. It is about to implement one of the strategy is about communication. Sometimes I'm a very shy person. I'm very shy to ask for help. Sometimes I just want to do it by myself instead of asking someone to help for me because I'm afraid for rejection. I'm afraid that if I ask for help, he or she will hate me because I overburden her or him. And because of that, I end up being overwhelmed and doing everything alone. And even though in my office or in my Toastmasters life, I do it all alone, but less commitment from my team. I feel depressed. And then one day I think, what if I just ask and no worries about the result? Can I ask you to print this report? Because I'm in the middle of the meeting to my friend. And she said, of course. Well, that's saving my time a lot because I used to print it by myself and then in a rush the meeting and then forget something, forget my pen, forget my phone and rushing over and over and I distracted. And from that, I implement it into my role in Toastmasters. I ask people for help. Can you help me doing this? Can you help me to be a team on this project? Sometimes he say yes, sometimes he says no, but still okay. As long as I ask, I will get what I want as a team, of course. My fellow Toastmasters, table topic masters, maybe you just want us a way to achieve success as a team. It is about communication. Ask for help. Clarify your vision. You will achieve success with your team together. Imagine how smart you are if you do everything alone. Can you success? No, you must do it together. Ask for help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Alfin, for closing up our table topic session with a wonderful speech. And we really do appreciate you, our division director. We think that you're the best ever. For me, I've joined Toastmasters for 1 year and yeah, I've just now joined the group for the presidents and the VPE. And I think you are such a good leader for us. So don't be shy to ask us for help because you always help us too in taking roles by joining our club meetings. We really do appreciate you for it. All right, with Toastmaster Alfin's speech, our table topic session for today has ended. For those of you who didn't get the chance to speak today, you can always join us next week. And yeah, I hope you all had fun. I sure did have fun as your table topics master. And I shall give the control back to Aan as our Toastmaster of the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, and keep flashing back.
Well, thank you very much, Toastmaster Akara, for leading our wonderful session today. And thank you so much to all of the speakers. We got a lot of insights from your speech today. Hopefully next week we can also listen to your speech. So ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to ask Toastmaster Yanta, do we already have the link for the vote?
I'm still processing it.
All right.
Can you wait for a moment?
All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yanta. So Toastmaster Yanta will send the link for choosing the best table topic speaker of the day. Let's move forward to our next session, which is the Wi-Fi. We're gonna take a picture, so please, guys, turn on your camera. Soon to be Toastmaster Davina, soon to be Toastmaster Siska, soon to be Toastmaster Maria, soon to be Toastmaster Anissa, soon to be Toastmaster Julia, soon to be Toastmaster 50, and VTM Toastmaster Arya. Okay. So Toastmaster Yanta, could you please help us to take the picture?
Yes, sure.
All right. So, okay. I'm gonna count in 3, 2, 1. Please give your best pose, everyone. 3, 2, 1. All right. Another pose. 3, 2, 1. Smile. All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yanta, and everybody for turning off your camera. Okay. Moving forward to our next session, which is the evaluation session that will be led by our GE, Toastmaster Iren. So Toastmaster Iren, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aan, for letting me to give this evaluation. But first, we want to hear the evaluation for timer. And are you in there for timer, Toastmaster Dita? Yes,
I'm here.
Okay, Toastmaster Dita, the screen is yours.
Okay, hi everyone, back to me again. So this time, as a timer, I will deliver my report from each speakers. So I suppose that we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. We have 10 speakers for today, and all of them are eligible to be voted as the best speaker. So I will post the detail of each speaker. It's 10, right? Yeah, I think it's 10. And everyone is eligible because their speech is less or at least 2.5 minutes. I think Toastmaster Alvin almost not past the time, but he made it. So I think that's all from me. Back to you, Irene.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dita, as our timer. And maybe, and don't forget to cast all your votes to our ballot counter today. It's Toastmaster Yanta. Toastmaster Yanta, you want to give the link, or maybe people in here want to direct message you?
Moment for a moment, please.
Okay, just waiting for Toastmaster Yanta. We want to move to our another evaluator. It is Toastmaster. With Toastmaster, yes, Toastmaster Alvin as our grammarian. So Toastmaster Alvin, the screen is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Madam GE. So, welcome to Grammarian Report. Please become actively participate because it will be kind of interactive here. So here is my Grammarian Report, and I will divide into 3 parts. First is how do you say it, grammar correction, and quote. First, we have pronunciation challenge. Who wanted to try? Anybody want to try? Nobody? Okay. 5, 4. How about Pradita? I see you smiling.
Yeah, I think, okay, I will try.
Okay. Pradita, how do you say this?
Here.
Here. Correct. How about this?
Where.
Where. So how come W can change the pronunciation here? Where. And next, how about this?
Ear.
Ear. This one, yeah? Ear. And correct. And how if I give W.
Where?
Where? This
Challenging.
one here, where, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now the last. How about this?
R.
R, correct. And what if I add W?
I don't know this one. I think it's where.
Where? So where? Three different words, same pronunciation. Where do you wear in the wear shop? Yeah. So that is one interesting point in English. Different words, same pronunciation. Well, let's give a round of applause to Pradipta to participate. Yay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Toastmaster Alvin. This is so fun.
Yeah. And this is pronunciation. Now, this is quite common, yeah. How do you pronounce thing? It must be thing, yeah, thing. And if we think, it should be the K, yeah. We should kill the K. Think. Because I remember one time in our meeting, someone said, I think one thing, which one is the real thing, yeah? I think one thing. So in my opinion, it should be, I think one thing, yeah? So it should be obvious. And another common is like everyone, yeah, not everyone, because we should be like, there are little vibration. Everyone. And then team, not team, yeah, not team. It use team. Agak CT gitu. And then people, don't say people, or the right way to say it, people. People, not people, yeah. And brave, it is also common. Don't forget the little t, yeah. Don't eliminate. And used to, I think Arya did it very well tonight. And little, not little, eh? Not I can speak English little. That little is not counted. It should be little, little. So actually not here, little. And this is very important when you ask. Don't forget the K. Can I ask a question? What is can I ask? Can I ask? Can I we? No, yeah, it should be can I ask a question? It should be a little K. And then grammar correction. Maybe you can have your voice right now. I think this sounds like bahasa, sesuatu yang diterjemahkan. Mungkin boleh berbicara sekarang. So it's translation, direct translation. Yeah. So I suggest to use, please kindly unmute yourself. Please kindly go to the screen. And then I hear someone say, etc., etc. And nothing wrong with this. This is good. I give some alternatives to use it, and so on and so forth, also applicable. And I hear kepala keluarga, just in case you hard to find the English words, it could be family's leader or head of the family. And this is also common, 2 minutes. Don't forget, if it is plural, it should be cooler. Yeah, so it's 2 minutes, not 10 speaker. It is 10 speakers. Yeah, I know you know, but we need to get used to aware of the S. Yeah? And I hear someone say patah semangat. If you want to find what is the English term, it should be discouraged. To be braver to do. Nothing wrong in grammar here, but I feel a little bit awkward when I hear this, because I think it should be a comparison when we use this one. Yeah. To be braver than, or just enough with to be brave, right? It will depend on the context. And then this is also common when I hear someone say, when blah, 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 but when blah, 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 when blah, 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 so I go blah, 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 you know, blah, 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 so blah, blah, blah. Back to you, topic master. So what I feel is, what is the main sentence? What is the main message of this word, right? It is because overused words, the so and so, the you know, and the when. And my recommendation is, if you have a words, if you have a sentence, try to make it short, try to make it not too long, take a breath in the between, right? Make a stop, take a pause, and not a very long sentence. So we audience can understand what is your point. And then a good use of words by Anton, calamity, and also by 50, marvelous, and also cold call by Toastmaster Faustin for calling someone you never did before. And for sure, I like this from Raki, in good term to reply to thank you or a compliment. And last, beautiful quotes by Raki, the grass are greener on the other side. From Faustin, you don't need to be huge to change something in your life. From Anton, I want to be as hard as the rock on the beach. And from Julia, keep trying and not to listen what others say. I agree with you. And from Agus, very touchy, I want to make my parents happy. So that is my report. Thank you. Back to you, our GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin, for such a good grammarian to us. And guys, please do not lower yourself, because in this grammarian, we want to learn something new. And as we know before from the screen that already shared by our Toastmaster Alvin, that we got a lot of knowledge here. So guys, we can have, so thank you, Toastmaster Alvin, for your evaluation. And right now we want to move to another evaluator, and I think it's our counter. Toastmaster ready, the screen is yours.
Well, I'm going to use your screen instead for efficiency. So, hi everyone. I think I'm
No, it's muted.
okay. So I'm being unmuted right now. Okay, so it's me as your counter today. I'm going to report my investigation here to your speeches. So starting from Toastmaster Faustin, although she's not here, but she was stellar in her speech because she didn't mention any corrections or repetitive words in her speech. Very, very well done. And then going to me, I use one repetitive word. I use twice. So the next would be Mr. Anton. He mentioned 3A, and then Mr. 50, only 1A, marvelous. And then next Mr. Sandia with 3A. Saya pakai S belakangnya, plural. And then Mr. Ayu with 9 between and So I think it's pretty kind of hard to distinguish between when you are really saying or when you are trying to sound your first word. Sometimes Indonesians tend to stress their first first alphabet in their sentence. For example, like when I want to say maybe, I used to stress on my M. So like, maybe it sounds like so I'm sorry if I count it as an or but it will make you more attentive to your own speech. Next is Mr. Julia, only 1A, very well. We have Toastmaster Arya. Toastmaster Arya mentioned 8 repetitive word like, and also 1A. I think this is very common also in Indonesian speech because we tend to use like to more vibe, like we are vibing with like, like, I think I'm going to do it like, it sounds very cool. It sounds very easy to be incorporated in your words, but to hear it often in your speech also can be a disturbance for some people. But I think in terms of context, it doesn't really bother the whole substance of your speech, but for the delivery, I think we can work it out to say less like in our speech. And next we have Toastmaster Putu with 6A and Toastmaster Alvin with no A. Congratulations to everyone, and I hope these numbers won't define you as a speaker, but rather as a form of evaluation to your speech so that you be more aware of what you're trying to say. It's very okay to pause instead of saying or to buy some time. we have forever for you to wait, to listen to your speech. I think that would be all. Back to you, Toastmaster Ira.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Medi, for give your so this is Toastmaster Medi for give your evaluation to us. And please, guys, do not lower yourself because we are in here want to improve ourselves as a better person in the next day. Okay, so I think I will have this camera. And guys, I think that's all from the evaluator. And right now I am, as a general evaluator, would want to evaluate all of the sessions. So the first is from the time that we began our meeting. I think we are late for 10 minutes to start our meeting. But it's okay. We want to learn to improve ourselves in the next meeting to be punctual. And the next is about the atmosphere. I think in here, I'm so happy that everyone in here have willingness to raise their hands to be volunteer in table topic session. Although we haven't prepared speech for today, I hope in the next meeting, we can have a full structure from prepared speech, table topic sessions, and evaluation sessions from its speakers. So I hope everyone in here, our members, please schedule your prepared speech so we can have a full structure of this meeting. And next, I think in here we have 10 people that participate in table topic sessions. I love the way our taskmaster of the meeting to open the meeting, and then about our table topic masters, about the questions. I know that it's hard, but I believe that all of the people in here can answer the questions very good. And next, I think everyone in here do not forget to cast all of your votes to our ballot counter, and it is Toastmaster Yanta. So Toastmaster Yanta have shared the link to the chat so you can feel the person that you think is the best table topic sessions for this meeting. And I think that's all from me as a general evaluator. And back again to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Aan, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Iren, for the evaluation and also for to all of the role takers who already gave the evaluation in a very comprehensive way. So I'd like to ask Toastmaster Yanta, do we already have the winner of the table topic session?
Okay. Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Aan. And before I announce, I officially announce that the vote is closed. Okay. And can I announce now directly?
Yes, Toastmaster
Okay.
Yanta, you might have the floor to announce the best table topic speaker of the day.
Okay. For the tables, the best topic table topic speaker of this meeting. Okay, let the drum roll. Congratulations to Toastmaster Medi. Congratulations, you are the best table topic speakers this evening. Congratulations, congratulations.
I know you love me.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Yanta, for the announcement, and congratulations to Toastmaster Medi. Toastmaster Medi is always be the winner every time she gives the speech. So Toastmaster Medi, do you have any words to say? No? Okay, I guess because you always win, so you don't have to say any words.
She has words to say.
No.
Oh, she has.
We are fine. I think you can always
All right.
speech next week.
Totally agree. So thank you very much to Toastmaster Yanta again. And last but not least, this is the last agenda of the day. But before we close our meeting, I would like to invite Toastmaster Alvin, our division director, to promote his club. Toastmaster Alvin, would you? Or Toastmaster Alvin already left? Okay, Toastmaster Alvin is there. Okay, Toastmaster Alvin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam VPM Toastmaster Aan. I want to announce that next 2 weeks, our division, alongside Division B and Division J, will have Toastmaster Leadership Institute in Perpusnas across Monas. It will be in auditorium, 200 capacity, and please do come. Everyone can come, and highly recommended Exco can come because you will learn about leadership. You will, moreover, you can connect with each other. You can start networking, right? Because Toastmaster is a place to learn. You can learn how to build networking. You can learn how to start a friendship. And after that, hopefully you can apply it in your office life or in your real life with your family, how to give feedback to your spouse, how to give feedback to your uncle. All right, so I encourage you to come, no matter who you are, you're a member of Toastmaster or a regular guest or one-time guest, no worries, everyone invited to come and highly recommended all excos to come. Thank you, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Alvin, for the promotion. What a very great promotion, guys. So once you join Toastmaster, you are having the network with all of the people all over the world who also being the member of the Toastmaster. So yeah, that's all our meeting today. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Hopefully, we can see you again next week. And thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Iren.
Thank you,
Yay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aan, as our Toastmaster of the meeting. So guys, I think this is the end of our meeting. But at first, maybe I want to ask, to be Toastmaster Anissa Safitri, are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. So this is your first time to join our club?
This is my second time.
Oh, so this is your second time. Toastmaster Julia, I think. Okay, so this is your second time. Are you Minister of Finance employee or not?
No.
Where are you from?
Now I'm working in Ministry of Health.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think we've already asked you in the beginning, yeah. Toastmaster already asked you. Okay, thank you so much, to be Toastmaster Anissa. I hope you can come again next week. And to all of you that we already know each other is to be Toastmaster Teddy, to be Toastmaster Bagus, and to be Toastmaster Anton. I hope that you guys can come again next week at 5 p.m. So I think with the end of the session, I will call this meeting the adjourned. Okay, guys. Please come again next week and please participate yourself to our. Yay! Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Soon to be
Have a
this
nice
master,
weekend.
soon to be this master Ayutika, soon to be this master Anton. Toastmaster Alvin, soon to be this master Juliet, soon to be this master Jajus, and soon to be this master Anissa Fitri. Also to Iren and Samedi, thank you very much. See you next week.
Jalan ya? Lagi ASEAN meeting?
Enggak, Kak, lagi di jalan pulang dari bukit gitu, Kak.
Oh, kira yang LO ASEAN meeting enggak ya?
Belum.
Hati-hati, Say.
Ya, makasih Kak Medi. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Makasih Mas Yantan.
Thank you.
Baby, thank you so much.
I end this meeting ya.
Bye.